So I'm sitting here as a almost 49-year-old woman, and in a few days, actually, yeah, by Friday, a woman who would have been married or will be married 22 years, together with my husband for about 25 years, and we have four children. And I sit here flabbergasted in a lot of ways, but knowing that it's with God and it's also with like a willingness to learn and a willingness to always be changing and evolving. And that willingness to learn and always be changing and evolving is both of us, right? You both have to be willing to endure any bit of challenge so that you can come through it on the other side. And I often think about, like, I've always felt like God vindicates me because there'll be seasons in life, or not vindicates me basically, or shows his that he's listening, or shows that, see, I've been with you all the time, and shows that you may not have uh, experienced this as a child, but now you get to see what it looks like or what it could have looked like because you are living it and creating it. And I'm still growing and evolving at the same time. And so I had a big epiphany the other day when, because you can still hold on to like childhood uh, desires, trauma, whatever it is, and feel like, well, I didn't have this, or if I would have had this, then this. And God opened my eyes the other day to the fact that while I didn't have certain things or environments or, what I would consider the stablest of environments, while I was loved and taken care of, but I always longed for what I had seen either on TV or what I had seen in what I believed other people's families were experiencing, which was the mom and dad in the house, the siblings, the camaraderie and the unity of family, of the family unit. And while I kind of still have been holding that and longing for that, even at 48, God opened my eyes to the fact that this, while you did not experience this to completion as a child, look around. God has created through me the life and environment that I longed for as a child. My husband and I, though not perfect in any way, shape, or fashion, have created this environment for our children. And it just showed me that, number one, that God is listening. Number two, that though I didn't have like the biggest role models of stability in a marriage, or what it looked like to really work through challenges and still stick it out and still find joy. Well, I had siblings, but we weren't always, because of the age difference, and, we had different parents. We didn't have the same parent, right? The same mom and dad. I didn't know what those environments look like. I could only imagine, and I could only create visions and stories based on what I saw other families have and what I thought it would be like. So my encouragement is that we can break cycles, though it still is day by day, choice by choice. And that's with anything. That's with showing up at a job. That's with running a business. That's with your own health. That's with maintaining your home. Everything is a day by day, moment by moment, choice by choice. And the choices that we make are either choices that are leading us to the best versions of ourselves or the lives that we want to live, or it's slowly chipping away. And what I personally believe is that there are women, men, who desire to have a significant other and not quite sure about how to get there, right? And how to navigate those waters. And what has helped me throughout my journey of, from being, in college to single to engaged to married to this job, that job, one kid, two kid, three, is learning how to bloom where I'm planted no matter my unique season of life. And even in this season of life, which I'm not, I always say knock, knock, knocking on 50's door, but I'll be 49, and navigating what it's like to have teens and, what are my own goals and desires and what do I want to look like as a wife and how do I want to show up in this version of myself that is um, continuing, like evolving into the next best level. I'm very ambitious. I'm very creative. I'm very like a visionary. And with that comes overcoming my own, fears and self doubts and all the things, like navigating those waters while, you know, being the best wife and mom that I can and showing up for my family in a way that best serves them and their seasons and best serves me. And God has given me the beautiful responsibility of being um, a wife and a mother, a home manager, and an entrepreneur. And so I often cling to, the scriptures and also learning from the Proverbs 31 woman who was, in fact, a businesswoman, a wife. Her husband felt loved. Their children felt loved. She managed her home and made sure that they were prepared and set up in the way that they needed to be. And it's an ever evolving kind of like standard to live by. But I do believe that that has helped me on my journey and has helped me to grow as a woman because I was, reading and understanding this particular woman's character well before I was ever married. Because she had to be a woman of noble character prior to becoming a wife of noble character. So there's certain things that she needed to be living in her life and have behaviors and disciplines that she needed to have already had cultivated within her before she got married. And then you continue to evolve it and course correct and revive all the things, right? So I'm going to just, hopefully begin sharing that journey on here. I'm in a season where we have a different morning schedule. So I really want to figure out how to be the most productive during this time. And how can I begin to teach? And the reason that this is significant also is because in this new version of who I believe God is leading me into, I want to share more wisdom. I want to share from my experience the good and the bad, the mistakes, and what I'm even continuing to learn along the way. And I want to be able to catalog it and document it here in video form and also on my channel. And a lot of those videos will be very early in the morning, which would mean that I will probably look like this. Because I think it's like 3:30 or something in the morning right now. And what else was I thinking? Oh, yeah, so I just really want these times to be times where I get to like my desire is to be able to teach and speak on stages where I'm speaking to corporations and schools and educators and teens, like just using the my story and journey in a way to help teach and inspire others. And but I can't wait for a stage, because what I have found is that I've been, it's been like an itch I just can't scratch type thing. And so I need to kind of get it out and put it forth and put it out. So some will be where it's very early morning. I hope to evolve to do things in my studio where I can have the lighting a little bit better, be a little more refreshed. But I also know that the most important thing is just to start. And if you continue to delay and wait for the perfect moment and circumstance, you will continue to create delay. You will continue to create inner frustration within yourself. You will begin to chip away at your own self-confidence, because you will, when there's no action or movement, it actually, you think you're buying yourself time or whatever. But what happens is you're slowly chipping away at your own self-trust and self-confidence. And that, like not moving forward on a calling or a nudge or a desire, actually creates like dis-ease, like uncomfortability and potentially disease within your body, because the body has to harness all of that energy and stifle it, and it just becomes unproductive. So let's not do that. Let's step out on our faith. Let's step out on our own self-belief and courage, and not worry so much about what everything looks like, but begin to put ourselves out there in a way that, and it doesn't always have to be in video, but put yourself out there in a way that you are allowing the best versions of yourself to come out, and begin to share that if that's your so desire. If it's writing, write. Don't wait for the publisher to come knock on your door. If it's acting, find ways to write your own scripts or monologues, or record yourself performing. Like, find ways to scratch the itch and meet the desire. And that there in and of itself is what it looks like to bloom where you're planted in your unique season of life, as you wait for that which you are praying for. All right, so my name is Lovely Tang. I probably should have said that at the beginning. Please like and subscribe. And I have a goal of getting up to like 50 subscribers. I have 31 before the end of the month, which is March 30th, 31st is the end of the month. And we'll see. But I'll continue to challenge myself and push through any resistance to record and upload. All right, you take care. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.